everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to get on here, and I'm sorry, I've been cleaning all day and took my puppy dog to the park, so I'm not looking the way I normally do. God wanted me to get on here today and talk to you guys about what He's going to expect from us going into 2026 and how we are supposed to set ourselves up to give and receive love. You see, with my current husband and I had to allow myself to be vulnerable. I did. God told me, you will never seek true love or experience true love unless you allow yourself to be vulnerable. And He's right. Behavior is, most people when they get together, behavior is what stops their relationship. They don't like the behavior, so they leave. Being vulnerable means you tolerate the behavior. It does not mean that it is okay, because in fact, if somebody doesn't like the behavior, you're supposed to be able to communicate with each other and the behavior is supposed to be corrected. That's the truth. And of course it didn't happen, but that's okay. But I allowed myself to be vulnerable, and I will again. That's what love is about. Love is about taking risk. It's not something that is, this is this, and this. It's not like that. By allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, we put down those walls that we've built up. We allow love to come in. God's love can't come in unless we're vulnerable, because it requires us to be humble. Vulnerability is humbleness. You cannot experience it unless you put those walls down. Motives, intentions, that's what I did not realize until we had our separation. I've been going through 12 months separation, and I saw the pain that my husband was going through with his son. I experienced it with my grandson. When you almost lose a child or a grandchild, it's devastating. So I forgave a lot of the behavior because I knew he was scared. What I realized towards the latter part of our separation was that his motives were not pure. He did not have pure intent with me, and it was based on manipulation. Discernment, God gave it to me, and I ignored it. That was my fault. But I think that was designed. I think I was supposed to ignore it. He knew I would ignore it. But I think that He knew I would ignore it so that I could go into it in love, fall in love, and experience true love. I know it exists now because I have felt it. He may not have, but I did. So I know that if I want to find true love again, I have to allow myself to be vulnerable, and I will. I won't allow myself to be as naive as I once was. My discernment has kicked in, and I listen to my intuition. That's how I understood his motives were not pure. My intuition. It's not anything that he specifically said to me, but it was a lack of what he did. Or should I say a lack of what he never did come back and say. And that's how I knew his motives were not pure. If we can find time, number one, to stop talking about the negativity that happens to us in relationships, in work, in our daily lives, and explain how God pulled us through, then we're going to be able to make it a better world. Negativity spreads like a wildfire. If I put on YouTube everything that he did about me, their jaws would drop, and that negativity would go out there into the world again. And I refuse to give the darkness any more of my voice than I already have. I won't do it. I will explain to people how beautiful God was to me, how He helped me, how He rescued me, and how he makes everything work when I put faith in him. I've always put faith in God. I've got faith in God right now that things are going to work out for me on other things that are going on in my life. And I know they will. When we are in a position where God is putting us still, we need to listen. And there's a reason. Normally, I would not have, spent 12 months, so to speak, in hermit mode. I would have, lived my life and done this and done that. But that's not what God wanted for me. God wanted me to find out who I am. And I don't care who people think I am. I know who I am. I know what I am. And I'm a child of the divine, just like everybody else. The only difference between me and some other people is that I call it, I own it, I accept it. And it comes with a lot of responsibility. A lot of responsibility. Changing the way that we behave, just in our everyday activities. Putting attention and focus. Going on camera with no makeup. I mean, these are things that we have to do if we're going to be servants of the Lord. But the utmost important thing, well, two things, is we've got to stop talking about what happens to us in a negative context. We have to. We cannot continue to go around and tell everybody about the horrible things that are going on in our life. Because when we do that, we don't share what God has done to fix it. When we share what God has done to fix it, that will spread. If we leave the negative alone and focus on the positive, it's going to help change this world a lot faster than if we continue to force the negative out there or push the negative out there. The second thing is we have to allow our hearts to be vulnerable. It's the only way to be able to feel and make decisions with it. You have to take the walls down that are built up around it, or you're never going to be able to experience the true love God has for you and that others want to give to you. My life is not perfect, nor will it ever be, because I love the Lord. God tells us that those who seek me will face challenges, but we're here facing challenges so that we can share those victories with other people, not share the challenges with other people. We share the victory, we share the love, we share the help that God's provided to us. When I left my husband, I had nowhere to go. I slept on my dad's couch for 7 months. My son shared a bedroom with an 81-year-old man. He was 14. What 14-year-old wants to share a bedroom with an 81-year-old man? He did it, and he did not complain once. He knew that I was making a decision that was for our greatest and highest good. And when I realized that my husband's motives were impure and I realized that nothing was going to ever change. I want to make sure that people know I had nowhere to go. I was taking care of my dad. And God still made a way for me. My dad has been in and out of the hospital for the last 3 months. He's in long-term care now. His money is going to be going towards the place that he's staying at. We used it to pay the rent at our place now. I don't know how I'm going to pay the rent here, but I know that I'm going to find a way. I know that God's going to provide a way. I don't worry about it because God's always had my back. He may not do things the way I want them done, but he does things the way he needs them to be done. And that's what I've accepted. I've accepted everything that's come to me. I have to. I don't want to look at things that happen to me as negative, because God's turning every negative that has come against me into a positive. And that's what we want to share. So that was my quick little message. Thank you guys. I hope you have a great night. Please like and subscribe. Bye.